into the hills whence they came, hiding their identities, surviving as best they could by virtue of the only talents they knew. 3 of the boldest Catalan brothers, Osso, Mastroso, and Carcagnoso, found themselves trapped in the city of Barcelona, with the king's men standing between them and their mountain home, knowing they were the greatest prize of all, since they had in their possession Apollinario's precious silver bracelet, given to him by the Virgin. Outflanking the soldiers of the Inquisition in the dead of night, they stole a flimsy fisherman's dory from the harbour and cast themselves upon the mercy of the waves. This was in November of 1673, and the beginning of a vicious winter that straddled the length of the Mediterranean, one which would witness the sea freeze in Syracusa, beggars die of bitter cold in the grand avenues of Alexandria, and snow cover the Temple Mount in Jerusalem for weeks on end. The brothers fought to control their little boat on the wild waters of the Balearic, hoping to reach Majorca and safety in Palma, where some of their Garduña brothers had found sanctuary. They were God's thieves, not sailors, and knew nothing of navigation and seafaring. So fierce was the storm that their flimsy boat was tossed about like flotsam for 8 long days and nights. These young men grew weak and confused, fearing their lives would be lost on the cold grey ocean, each in turn clutching Mary's holy bracelet to his chest, praying for deliverance. Perhaps the Virgin was listening, even through the tempest. Starving and close to madness, finally they found themselves beached in Sardinia, near to the city of Cagliari, stranded in a nation which spoke their native Catalan and was, in law at least, still beholden to the kingdom of Castile. Yet this was not true Spain. They were on the borders of the East, close to a mythical world of pirates and bandits, thieves and ruffians, the Hinder Sea of the Jews, the Mesogeus of Homer, the Mare Nostrum, following in the footsteps of so many others like them, the Vikings, the Normans, the Turks, and the Saracens, and the greatest brigands of all, the Romans. On this foreign soil, these 3 brothers rediscovered themselves as a new Garduña, lying, cheating, and stealing now from the wealthy and barbaric Sardinian lords. Their fortunes rose, their stock improved. Soon they came to see that one island was too small to encompass 3 such ambitious and talented men. With many tears and embraces, each knowing that separation was the only alternative to division and death, they bade each other farewell and set off to establish their individual fortunes, Mastroso to Naples, Osso to Sicily, and Carcagnoso to Reggio, at the tip of Italy's toe in Calabria. Here is the history of the South, Garibaldi's Mezzogiorno, written with the blood spilled by these 3 brothers from Spain and those who came after. In Naples, Mastroso began the brotherhood that came to be known as the Camorra, the name coming from Capo Mora, meaning boss of the crooked street game, by which the innocent are fleeced of their wages. Not that alley tricks for a pittance were the Camorra's principal interests for long. In Palermo, Osso took a similar path, his creation coming to bear the name Cosa Nostra, or Mafia, the origins of which are challenged by many, and perhaps impossible to pin down. The 3rd brother, Carcagnoso, made the longest, hardest journey of all, to the bare, bleak land at the foot of Aspromonte, the last remaining fragment of ancient Greece in Italy. With his sons he